What's up, Toni? How you doing? You're looking good.
Long time no
Mwah.
see.
Yeah, been a while, no?
Masayang gabi, Pilipinas. Let's all welcome our Ting King, Eruption. Hi!
Thank you.
The Eruption was named and given to you by Direk Bobet nung
That's right.
nag-noontime show ka.
And I
Yes,
was there
doon
for
ka
4 years.
nag-start.
It's from Showtime.
Sumasayaw ka ba noon nung nandun
Yeah,
sa show?
yeah. Actually, I was already dancing prior to that. Actually, when I was a kid, I was already dancing and performing. Kung saan ako lumaki sa New Zealand, part ng school curriculum is to do cultural dancing. So, Samoan, Hawaiian, Tahitian. Kaya when they call me the Kembot King or the Ting King, hindi nila alam na habang bata pa ako, magaling ako kumembot.
Kaya ka stand out kasi yung build ng body mo, hindi mo iisipin na sobrang lambot ng katawan mo.
Yeah, actually.
Kaya sila nagugulat, di ba? So ever since pala, ang hilig mo na ang pagsasayaw.
Yeah, definitely.
Kasi you're a rugby player.
Rugby player. Dati. Ngayon, retired na ako.
Oh, kasi dahil mo ginagawa, you're a rugby player. You also went through yung modeling for a time.
Modeling, yes.
Doon nag-start actually before you became a noontime show host.
Yes, that's right.
Di ba? Nag-modeling, doon ka na-discover. Pero ang reason why you went here in the Philippines is because for a mission. Missionary ka?
Missionary. Yan talaga yung ginagawa ko full-time, every single day, 24 hours a day, is to share the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Nung teenager ka pa lang?
I was 19. Yes, 19 po.
Paano nagsimula yun na naging missionary ka?
So, when I was a kid growing up, my parents are from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Yan yung totoong pangalan. Pero mas kilala as Mormons.
Bakit Philippines? Yun pala.
Yun. Philippines because yan yung assignment na binigay ng mga church or heads of the church. So meron silang process kung malalaman sila kung saan ilalagay yung mga missionary, where they're going to be called.
Ilan kayo noon nung pupunta kayo sa Philippines?
From my stake or my area, halimbawa Makati, there's maybe mga 6 lang kami. Pero sa buong mundo, at one time, there be around 5,000 to 8,000 na pumapasok sa isang buwan every month. 5,000 missionaries all around the world. So isa ako sa mga
At
missionaries.
19?
At 19.
Nung pinaalam mo yun sa parents mo, pumayag sila? Okay sila?
Yes, kasi ako yung bunso. Yung dalawa kong kuya, nag-mission din.
Parang nasa family nyo, no? Kasi mga kapatid mo, nag-missionary din.
In the end, when I was 18, I said, pagkatapos ng graduation sa school and everything, I said, kung gusto kong gawin to talaga, I have to sacrifice everything at magtrabaho muna ako. Because I had to save up myself. Hindi yung pera galing, hindi kami babayaran or anything. Kami mismo ang magsasave nagpo-provide.
Sa sarili mo. Ganun ang mga missionary?
Yeah.
Yun hindi talaga,
we don't
sinusupport
get,
ng
no.
church na ito ang paggastos nyo.
Because kung gusto mo talaga maging missionary, sacrifice. Show God na gusto mo talaga. My first job was in a sales, customer service sa loob ng gym.
So, nung 18, ganyan na yung build mo?
18 and a half to 19 na.
Ganito na ang build mo. So, nung nag-mission ka dito sa Philippines,
Malaki na.
ganyan na yung build
Elder
mo?
Thai.
Hindi nagugulat sila.
Oo, so tao po, mga missionary po kami, may mga minsan.
Nagtatagalog ka na nun?
Anong tawag dito, na basics ng Tagalog. Until, siguro mga 1 buwan na, 2 buwan,
Conversational na?
easy na. Yeah,
Nakuha mo na.
got better and better and better. And then,
First time mo yun sa Philippines,
yes.
nung pumunta ka dito?
Pero hindi ako na-assign dito sa Manila.
Saan ka na-assign?
Straight away, diretso sa Bicol. That's where I was assigned in Bicol. And then, pagdating sa mission sa Bicol, yung mission president namin sabi, Elder Thai, you'll be assigned, yung first assignment mo, sa Masbate. And I was like, Masbate? O, saan yun? Check ko sa mapa. Sa pinakababa, like the lowest point ng Bicol region. And then sariling isla. Hindi gaano nagtatagalog yung mga tao doon. So I was like, anong lingwahe na pag-aralan ko? Konting Bisaya, Maspateño, Waray-Waray.
Inaral mo?
Oo, yung salita nila mismo. So I had to learn in some parts, halimbawa nagbabahay-bahay kami sa mga like jungle area, mga nasa bukid.
O, siyempre, paano mo sila kakausapin?
So,
Dapat
yun.
lingwahe nila.
So I learned their own language. Para magiging mas
So from
effective.
Bicol, inassign ka sa Masbate.
For 6 months. And then,
For 6 months.
Catanduanes naman. Sa
Nagkakanduan.
kabilang isla. So may sarili silang lingwahe din.
Hindi ka na homesick?
A little bit. Kasi alam mo, first day ko, alam mo kung saan ako natulog?
Diyan.
Sahig. Kasi nakitira kami sa mga missionary houses. And
May banig ba?
ubos lahat ng mga, what you call it, mga beds, mga higaan. And sabi ko, okay lang. Yabang ko eh. Kasi I'm from Australia.
Oh,
From Australia.
19. Bata pa.
Towel. After siguro mga 10 minutes,
Sakit na likod mo.
sakit. Bigat ko pa. And I was like, no, ito, I'm here for my mission. Don't think about myself. Tapos pumunta ako sa CR. Sa that time, walang, hole. Talagang ganun.
Walang toilet bowl.
Walang toilet bowl. So,
Hukay lang.
hukay. And I was like, man.
So yung pagiging missionary mo, it was a humbling experience for you.
very, very.
Tsaka magandang experience yun kasi you were 19 years old.
Diba?
That was the time na, di ba, pag 19 ka, yan yung mga raging hormones ng lalaki na you wanna try everything, you wanna explore the world. Pero here you are, in a secluded place in the Philippines. It's your first time, Masbate, strip off of everything na nakalakihan mo. Tapos in-embrace mo yun.
Yep, straight away. That first day, I said, thank you. It always reminds me, humble beginnings.
20 years ago, doon ka
20 years
nag-start.
ago, I didn't really have much. I was a missionary. Not thinking of myself, hindi ako nag-iisip ng mga ibang stress ng mundo. Ang stress ko is, anong pamilya ang tuturuan ko today? So, bawal kami sa TV, newspaper,
Bawal sa TV.
everything.
And then you did that for 2 years.
2 years.
So 19, 20, 21.
2004, went home
Umalis ka na ulit. Paano ka nakabalik sa Philippines?
Yun, nagtrabaho ko ng trabaho. I was a dancer, bouncer, security guard, concreter, forklift driver.
Ting, nag-bouncer ka
lahat
din?
Bouncer din.
Sa Australia?
Australia, mga pubs, clubs, establishments, restaurants, security guard. Tapos naging bodyguard din ako. And that was an amazing experience. Bodyguard ako with Kanye West, U2.
Hindi.
Yeah. Pero bawal mag-picture, so I have no pictures. When I made enough money, I said, something was telling me. Kasi syempre, pag nasa Australia, pag may nakita ako mga Pinoy, syempre, alam nila na I'm Polynesian, I'm a Samoan or Tongan.
Oo, mukha ka. Para kang talaga si The Rock.
You're right, ganun eh.
Para kang mga ganun, Latino, Mexicano.
Yeah, mga ganyan. So, when I speak to them, or pag narinig ko yung nagsasalita or nagtatagalog sila, hi po, I'll just butt in the conversation kasi gusto ko gamitin yung Tagalog ko, baka mawawala. So I always say, kumusta po kayo? Say, hey.
Pilipino ka pala?
Pilipino ka ba? Ganun. And I say, opo, naging missionary ako sa Pilipinas, ganun, kwento-kwento. But then something, every time na may nakausap ako na Pilipino, it makes me want to go back. Come back to the Philippines. Something was saying, Eric, kailangan bumalik ka ng Pinas. May something ka doon. And then 2008 came. 2007, I booked my ticket na mag-New Year's ako dito sa 2008. Did it, and I came with a girl. She was a singer. And
Girlfriend mo nung time na yun?
Girlfriend pa lang. And then when we came here, our plan was to go to Boracay together. Nung dumating ako dito, hindi niya ako tinetext.
Nak. Ayan na.
So I came here broken-hearted na. Di mo, anong gagawin ko dito sa Manila? Wala akong kilala.
Kaya ka pa naman pumunta dito for the love life.
Wala
Pero it's a
talaga.
blessing naman pala.
It was. If we fast forward, our life is revolved around us and our partners. Alam ko, I wouldn't be the man who I am without
If
my
not your
wife now.
wife.
And I'm sure you can say that without your husband. Pero if we rewind back, it's like binata pa, dalaga pa, you just want to explore life. So when I met her, she was the one reason that told me to stay. Pero yung pinaka-reason was, I was discovered by an agent. I was just walking the streets of Makati. And yun, sabi niya, you have a good look. Alam mo na yan, you have a good look, tall, and you're moreno. Maybe you can be a model here or something.
Or commercial model, di ba?
Yeah, commercial model. And I was like, wala akong alam masyado eh. Nag-extra ako sa Australia, pero hindi ganitong level. So he said, I have an audition. Pero yung audition na to, kailangan na dancer. And sakto, dancer ako.
Meant to be.
Meant to be. And then I did it. Guess what? I got the job. They flew me to Singapore for free, all expenses paid for, to shoot the commercial. After that, eto, check mo. And I was like, grabing buhay na to. I can get used to this. Like, the life, right?
Malaki bayad sa commercial eh.
Yes. And it was a big company pa. So I don't want to say the name, pero it was a very big company. Pag-uwi ko, after isang buwan, I'm on Guadalupe, EDSA. Billboard ko. 2008. And I was like, oh, yun na. This is it. This is a sign. I must stay.
Tapos nagtuloy-tuloy na yung career mo. Nagulat ka ba na magiging sensation ka dahil sa TikTok?
No. I have no idea. Di ba, this was like...
Parang recently lang yun. Nung nakita nga kita, si Eric to Sabi ko, grabe, di ba? Yung ting-ting dance na yun. Paano? Paano nangyari yun? Ano yung accident lang?
Accident. As in...
kasi alam ko, magaling ka na talagang sumayaw. So nakita ko yun. Pero grabe yung pagka-viral niyan.
Honestly, I have never been more prayerful in the longest time because I'm thankful. Like, I didn't expect it. Sobrang abrupt na nangyari because, alam nyo, long story short, November came, I went to Singapore. We were in a train. Wala akong paki kung sino yung nasa paligid ko kasi nasa Singapore. They don't know me. They don't know Eruption. So, nakamask ako. Walang tao. Lahat nakaupo. And then, my wife, one of the guys were playing the song. Just lightly lang, hindi maingay. Yung sakto lang, respeto lang sa mga tao. And they played it. And I was like, okay. Ting Ting. Ito yung song na... Hindi ko alam, yung asawa ko pala, si Rona, she was recording me. Then she posted it that night. Pagagising namin sa Singapore the next day. Scrolling, kita ko yung video. Uy, ako yan eh. Ako yun nasa train. Tapos 30,000 views. On her hindi page to. It was on her private account. Private pa yan ha. Tapos 30,000. I said, love, airdrop. Airdrop mo sa akin. I posted it that morning. I got 2 million views within the first couple hours. And I said, my gosh, may something here. And then I had an event in BGC. Umuwi ako from Cebu.
Yun ang
couple days.
ko.
And that's the one. And that was crazy.
With your friends?
Hindi friends. Di ko sila kilala.
Akala ko friends mo yun.
No. Di ko sila kilala. No.
Ba't sila nandun sa video? Ang dami nyo.
Lumapit sila sa akin sa event. And sabi na, malaki din yung isa. Eruption.
mo.
Lahat sila, di ko kilala. Only 2 people there. I only knew. Sabi ko, they have to learn the ting-ting. So, buti nga, yung event, namin yung mga upuan para mag-rehearse kami. Sabi ko, mag-rehearse na kami isang beses. Kasi ayoko yung putyo-putyo na...
Parang dance talaga.
I said, let's rehearse. Bago, lumabas.
Okay.
And it was just there. Uptown Mall. Perfect. And I said, okay, let's go. One rehearsal, done. Pero hindi ko rin expect. It's gonna hit. So we did it once. Okay, play the music on the cell phone. Kahit walang marinig, okay lang. We did it to the first one. Okay, one more time. Sabi ko, okay, ganito, parang director. Ikaw galing dyan, ikaw magagaling dyan. Kung nga meet tayo sa gitna. Tapos ting-ting na. Boom, second. And then after yung second, sabi ko, parang hindi sapat. Change setup. Okay, camera yan. Doon na lang galing.
Big ano pala yan.
Parang production, pero cellphone ang ginagamit.
Pero cellphone na. Pero dinirect mo pa pala yun.
Ito na, mag-red, green, okay. Go, lakad. Pero matapang ha, poker face. Hindi pwedeng, lahat na ganun. Dapat, para lalaki. Boom, lakad. Ginawa niyo yung ting-ting. After that, guys, thank you. Nice to meet you. Fist bump lang. Hindi kami
Akala ko mga kaibigan mo yun.
We didn't even transfer anything. We didn't even...
Airdrop?
Airdrop, nothing. Because they already have all their cell phones eh. Mga 6 na cellphone.
Tapos pinost mo na?
Pinost ko. That day, 6 million.
One day?
Wala pa yung one day.
Wala pang one day.
And that's the other side. Hindi yung pedestrian walking one. So may 2 versions. So pinost ko yung first version, 6 million. And I said, wow, there's something about this talaga. Then I posted yung manggagaling ng pedestrian. 12 million in one day. So doubled. And I said, okay.
You have to own it.
Have to own it now.
You're the ting-ting king.
Ngayon, business. Okay. Paano natin may maximize to? Anong next? Diba? When you hit something, you gotta be prepared kung anong next talaga. So I found the guys. I said, I need to find kung sino yung lumapit sa akin, sino yung kasi I have to thank them. Hindi ako nag-viral mag-isa. I automatically thought na we went viral together. So I hinanap ko yung MJ, yung Gio, yung Jerry. And I said, I
Oh,
found
hindi
them on
pala sila
Instagram.
magfa-friends.
No.
Oo.
And then I found them and I said, boys, kung gusto nyo ha, kung gusto nyo lang, we're viral. And then alam nila, oh, mainit yung ting-ting, yung ginawa natin. So I said, let's meet sa Quezon City Memorial. Kung G kayo, ganitong oras, kain
Sasayaw uli
tayo,
kayo.
and then sasayaw ulit tayo. Because
Ting-ting
I
ulit.
had an idea na, let's try and do this everywhere in Manila. Lahat yung mga landmark.
Yeah.
So I said, because people were asking for do more. Yung mga comments, tapos, taga-ibang bansa pa. So I said, okay, this is one way. So we did it in QC Memorial. We did it in MOA. We did it everywhere for the next couple days, habang mainit pa. I did it in Cebu. That was the next level. Ibang Luzon, Mindanao. That was my next idea. Until it became so viral. And yung timing was perfect. Alam niyo kung bakit? Yan yung time ng Christmas party. At anong ginagawa ng mga tao sa Christmas party nila? Mga
Sayaw.
corporate events. Sayaw, ting-ting. Doon naging yung ting-ting-tang, ting-ting-tang-tang, whatever kung ano yung mga pangalan. That's when nakatatak talaga yung pangalan na ting-ting. Until they called me Ting-Ting King.
Oh.
So,
Ay, nagulat ako si Eruption Ting na.
right? And I don't
that's
know.
your new title.
Parang ganun eh.
Di ba? Pero ang galing how you're able to use social media to bring people together.
Right.
Even people who are not your friends, di
That's
ba?
right.
You can create something beautiful. This is an example of how you can use social media in a good way.
Good way.
When you can bring people together, give entertainment, make them happy, make them laugh, di ba?
Yan din yung sabi ni Alex sa akin eh, when we met just a week ago. It's like, it was interesting to see na yung ginawa mo, yung sabi niya na was unique kasi you brought families together. Actually, hanggang ngayon, may nag-message sa akin, DM sa akin. Thank you, Eruption, thank you, Eric, because yung mga ibang kakilala kong pinsan, hindi sila close. Pero nung sa party, kasi pinanood nila yung tutorial ng Ting-Ting. And then it brought them together to learn it together and then post it together.
Diba?
Parang ganun. So,
It
kaya,
brings families together,
literally
friends
talaga.
together. Diba? So we can really use social media in a good way and TikTok in a good way.
And that's my goal, is to always, parang share good vibes lang. No matter what, if there's hate or toxicity, doesn't matter. Basta gawin mo yung gusto mong gawin.
Oh, pero ang galing no. While I was listening to your story, parang ano pa rin, ikaw pa rin yung 19-year-old na mission-oriented. Because yung, di ba, you started as a missionary and now you're continuing your mission and your purpose in bringing people together, making them laugh, making them happy, giving them something na that can entertain them, even for a short while. Di ba? Yung pag napanood ka nila, pwede nilang makalimutan yung problema nila, they can dance to their problems. Ang ganda, no? Kasi yung kung paano ka nagsimula, I think hindi nawala yung core mo.
That's right.
Na to this day,
Thank you for saying that.
the missionary in you is still in your heart. Oo. Na iba lang, in the form of entertainment. But still, from good news to good vibes. It's still good. Thank you very much, Eric. Alam mo, good things talaga happen to good people with a good heart. Ikaw yun nakitaan namin ng ganon. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thanks for that. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's so inspiring to see a content creator create something beautiful and positive in an environment where people would think that it's very toxic. No, you can really use it in a good way. You're a very good example for that.
Salamat.